All right, this is the kind of leap of faith we take on the Grandy and Andy post-game show. We are so convinced that Sarah Palin, the governor of Alaska, will be John McCain's running mate for vice president that we, and by this I mean Brian and myself,
That's right.
are willing to say, even before John McCain does, that Sarah Palin will be his vice presidential choice. And if it's not true, I will come on the Grandy and Andy post-game show and tell you Brian Neiman is an ass. That's how much I'm willing to put on the line to tell you. But actually, think about that for a minute. This is a very interesting choice, and it's a surprise to me because I thought for sure after Biden was in, it'd be Romney.
Right.
You know, a couple of senior guys, Romney, Biden, going at it. But think of that combination. McCain, 272 years old. Sarah Palin, what, 48, 49, something like that. Mother of 5, one of whom has Down syndrome, so she knows a little something about raising kids, and particularly kids with disabilities. She is the governor of a big energy state, and she is one of the few chief executives of the female persuasion in the Republican pantheon, right?
She's very well liked in Alaska. Apparently,
Yeah.
her
90%
popularity
approval
was
rate.
Yeah, at one point was 90%. She's pro-life, so that should definitely help out with conservatives.
Pretty solid.
She's got a pretty solid record as being a conservative. Mm-hmm. As you said, she's in a state that matters right now more than a lot of other states because of ANWR, because of drilling. She's in favor of drilling in ANWR. John McCain is not, however.
No, but here's another thing too. Sarah Palin probably cumulatively has about the same amount of experience as Barack Obama has, with this notable exception. She's the only person in either ticket that has any executive experience, right?
Yeah.
So, if you say, all right, McCain has countered with a relatively inexperienced female who is going to be his vice president, can he still campaign against Obama as being too inexperienced to be president, or does she, by her lack of experience, kind of negate that argument?
No, she does have experience. I would argue she has more experience than Obama does because she was a governor and she was a mayor as well, so she does have executive experience. I mean, before he was a senator, he was a state senator, Obama was, right? But come on, Obama's running against McCain. McCain's running against Obama.
Yeah, I actually
the vice president. When's the last time a vice president actually became president?
It's
been 40 years, right?
Yeah. Okay. So really, and actually, I think Dan Quayle made the world safe for all inexperienced vice presidents. Actually, Quayle wasn't that inexperienced. He'd been elected to the Senate, I think, 6 years prior to his choice, but Bush's choice. But I think what McCain gets out of this, and again, we're doing this before John McCain has actually announced this. So if we're wrong, you're never going to see this video. Anyway, I really think this is a very gutsy move and an outside-the-box move for McCain, and this is the thing I think he has to do between now and the election.
I like it. I like the move. But we're missing the whole big picture, though. Right. She's a woman.
Yeah, but that's huge. That's part of the change.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. Hillary supporters, still on the fence about what happened to your candidate and who did what to whom. Are you more inclined to vote for John McCain knowing that he has gone the extra mile and actually put a woman on the ticket? Or are you going to stay with the party faithful and support Obama because you're a Democrat first and a female second? I don't know. I don't know who would own up to that. But given the fact that there are always a lot of people that go into the polls and change their mind as they're looking at the ballot, do you think this is going to happen?
Well, the one thing I would say that would work in Obama's favor under that scenario is that both McCain and Palin are pro-life. And I can't imagine there are that many women who voted for Hillary in the Democratic primary who are pro-life. I would think they would be pro-choice.
All right, but
it could be. I mean, that is one issue, but it is certainly a big issue for women.
All right. Well, then let me go back to the other undecided component of Obama's potential winning coalition, which is that blue-collar Reagan Democrat, the person that is culturally conservative, but probably more economically liberal than either John McCain or Sarah Palin. Where do you vote now? You're going to vote for somebody that's going to uphold your quote-unquote values, or you're going to vote for somebody who pretty much looks more like a Democrat? Hard to say.
I think it's a good pick. And if it is Palin, then, and we're assuming that it is, then you would guarantee having a minority in the executive office for the first time in the history of the United States of America.
Well, no, that's not true.
No?
No, that is not true. There is a president of the United States who selected a Native American to be his running mate.
How about that? I'm learning something.
Who is that president? Who is that president, Brian Neiman?
I don't know.
That president was Herbert Hoover.
Really?
Brian Neiman. Herbert Hoover's vice president was Charles Curtis, senator from Kansas, who was part Cherokee Indian.
How about that?
And is believed to be, I think, the only Native American that has ever climbed that high on the political ladder. Of course, it didn't help Hoover when he ran for re-election, got his head handed to him. I think I'm right about that. But of course, if I'm wrong, you'll never see this video. Right?
That's right.
Okay, but how gutsy is this? We are saying Sarah Palin will be the choice. We have probably as big a set as John McCain does in choosing Sarah Palin.
Yay!